Hello, people. Welcome back to Chess with Pawns, where I am trying to get to 1,000 ELO on chess.com. Rapid 10-minute games. Last episode didn't go very well. We played white and ended up losing because of time. So I need to figure out that timepiece. I keep saying that. So uh, we'll play these games, probably one, maybe two, to get where we need to be. We're currently at 985 ELO rating. I think with 2 wins, we can go ahead and get where we need to be at 1,000. So we'll go ahead and start the game. All right. All right, so we are black. All right, so we'll just play. I think we'll play. I usually like the Scandinavian. If my opponent plays e4, the king's pawn, they did not, so I will go with the king's defense. Another strong opening, one that I'm comfortable with. I don't know all these openings that are out there in the world. So my advice to you is just find a couple or three that you're good at or get good at, and get to know them. And then once you figure out how to know them and understand the lines and what your opening's made for, then move on to the next opening. But I've tried it before where I learned all these different openings and I forget how to do a certain opening. So lately I just been sticking with one, two, or three of them until I get good at them, and then I can always kind of remember how to do them. All right, so they got really good structure already in the middle, which is fine. I don't like this pawn here, so they're trying to bait me a little bit by taking it, moving up. I can move up and they can en passant my pawn, and then I can take, which is kind of will solve the same thing. But also if I move here, they'll just take it with the horse. So I'll just move this pawn up, and we'll deal with this pawn eventually. Obviously, they want the whole center of the board. Would have pinned their knight to their queen. They're blocking it, which is fine. I'll probably just end up taking it that way to get it out of there. And then I'm going to bait them a little bit to see what they do. Okay, they castle. And then I might grow structure on my side and then really start attacking the king side with my pieces. So lock this side down a little bit. In a closed game, it's nice to have knights. This bishop's in a good position. It sees a lot. So I want to get my knights involved. I'm going to finish my pawn structure, though. So I got a nice little structure here, which they're trying to break, which I will let them, because then he gets my rook into the game. Or they'll move forward, too. And just, it's okay. They have all this space here, yes, but we're going to attack all this empty space. Okay, that's what I assumed they would do. Now it's all about how to attack it. So I can move it here. Attack that bishop. They'll bring their queen down. Very good. Now they're protecting this pawn here. So I'm going to go here, because what's going to happen is either I take or they take. My rook is now free. Take that. Break up the structure a little bit here. Okay. And then now if I go here, I got two things. All right, let's see what this knight can do. This knight can do this. This knight can do this. This knight can do this. Take here, but that would be dumb. So that knight can't do much right now. So I'm going to move my rook here to put pressure on this square. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Gotta figure out how to get the queen in the game here. Opponent is really locking it down. So I take here. I feel like he wants me to take. Push this pawn up. We're gonna start pushing the pawns a little bit. I know it's on the king side, but okay, so that knight here is no longer, it's protected. They could trade it. But with a closed position, I really want to keep my knights. So we'll keep that there. I'll scare this bishop a little bit here in a sec. Or I can move this knight, and then this bishop would be open for the rook. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go here. And we're going to win material, hopefully, by taking this bishop. If they don't, they might take this first. I'll take their rook. Then they'll take my rook, my bishop, and then I'll take their bishop. Or they just take my rook. But I got their rook. That was a blunder by me. Another blunder. Okay, so I took my pawn instead. Leaving this rook up for capture. So we can do it. We can go for the trade, see what they do. Just move this over. He's probably going to take my horse because then my king's open. They have a lot they can do. I think they're trying to figure out if they want this horse or not. I mean, this queen can come down here and cause a lot of damage. Okay. So they don't want the horse yet. Move my bishop out of danger. They are up one pawn, it looks like. And then if possible, if they don't take my horse, which they might, I'm going to move that to safety. Okay, they didn't. Down here to kind of get my structure back. They're trying to open it up down here. So push this pawn to break up their structure a little bit to get my queen going. Which left that pawn open. So that was not a good move by me. Attack the knight. The only place it can really retreat is here. This pawn is unprotected, and it's holding together my structure. Oh, they can't. Their knight is trapped right now. So that was a mistake by my opponent. So we're going to take that knight. Now we're on material. And then, let's see here. Do I want to take that? Yeah, I'll take it. Alright, we are up a piece. So 4 minutes left. I'm going to take this, kind of break up their structure, simplify the game a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this rook down because I can see their queen coming down in the future for back rank. Check. This pawn's protected with my horse. Doing pretty good on time. We're about even. Opponent has about 30 more seconds than me. Okay. If I move that horse, it doesn't protect that pawn anymore. So I can move this over. Well, I'm going to move my king here to have an escape route. If they want to trade the horse, they can. Okay. Right now, bishops are more valuable because the board is open. So I'm okay with them doing that. Actually helps my advantage. Yeah, we're going to push this pawn up. I mean, it's protected by the rook. So my opponent opened up the king for a check. So we'll do that. We'll pin him in a corner. Trying to find the best move, gang. I think it's here. Because then it puts pressure on that rook. So my horse is pinned to my king right now, which is not helping me. Okay, so he didn't see that I was attacking his rook, or he did? Checkmate. That's a checkmate too. All right, so we won that one. Let's do game review. Gotta win. All right. So we're playing black. Obviously, we're playing the King's Indian. That was a blunder by my opponent. Made a mistake and their pawn is now lost. I did not take it. So that move, it says you missed an opportunity to tactically win a pawn. So show mistake. Okay, there you go. And then I could have took here. I could have took here, and then he would have took here, and then I would have took here. Or no. Move up. Okay, resume. You had an opportunity to win the pawn. We just went over that. Still with that pawn, so missed a lot of good moves there. So this is a big one. So this made my opponent winning after this. So you're going to end up losing a rook. So show it up. Okay, they take that. So that was that one that they missed for a while there. That rook that was just hanging, and it says push the pawns. And then obviously break the structure over here. But remember that rook sat there for a long time. That was a bad move. I should have took their bishop that was hanging. I got excited about the rook. Don't get excited. Okay, they're still winning at this point. And then they made this move. They missed a chance to win material through a fork. So show it. So yeah, they could have forked my rook and my queen, but they missed it. Could have got that free pawn. All right, this was losing to them. Okay, they blundered their queen here. Obviously, they did not protect the rook, and they allowed me to checkmate at the end. So, good game. Let's do one more. Let's get to 1,000. All right, we are white. So, I'm going to play this London. We're going to watch our time. We're going to win this game. So my opponent's already, okay, doing the King's Indian. So keep our development, see what they actually do here. It looks like it. So I'm going to move this, just attack the center. They're doing the King's Indian. So horse for defense here. Okay. We'll move this horse up to really put pressure on this square. Queen's coming over, so they're trying to attack this pawn here. So we need to defend that somehow. I can bring the bishop back down, but I don't like it, or I can just move the pawn up. But then this pawn's hanging right here. No, it's not. It's protected by the rook, the knight. So now my pawn structure is pretty, I mean, it's good structure, but I don't want to castle on the queen side, so I'm probably going to castle on the king side. He wants to take here. I'll just defend it and I'll open up my bishop as well. And just take back with this pawn. Probably going to move my bishop to this. Yep. One. Still protected by the knight and the queen. Okay, so if I move my bishop here, it blocks my protection. Okay, so I don't want to do that. So really what I want to do is get this queen out of the way. So I'm going to put my knight to a4. And that's a check, and then I can block that. But then once again, well, it doesn't matter because he can take this now. He has the bishop lining on it too. should have offered a queen trade at that point. So when he moves this knight, he's going to be aiming right at my rook. So we need some counterplay here. Or do I want to protect this pawn? My opponent's up a pawn. Alright, so he blocks that bishop in, but he's bringing that knight out. So what we need to do is get my king to safety. My opponent, I don't know their rating. I have it on hidden, on hide, but I'm telling you, just like me, in this rating level, in the middle game, everybody tends to blunder or make a wrong move or mistake. As you see when you analyze the games, no one makes a perfect move every single time. So you really want to find it when they make a miss, especially when your position is not as good as theirs. They're thinking a lot here, so we're right even on time. So we're doing better. That was the goal, to do better on time, and I think we're doing that. I really want to get my knight somewhere more active. I mean, there's not many places I can go. Knights are never good on the side of the board, so it bothers me when it sits here. You know, just remember, like, material, knight's 3 points, so it's sitting here not able to do anything, takes its value away. And I got a bishop over here, it's hanging, I gotta protect it somehow. I might move it down here to help the position a little bit. I mean, this knight is unprotected. So if I do, maybe if I go here with the bishop, depending on what my opponent does, I can skewer this whole line. And then if they move this knight somewhere, then the bishop is free. So they'd have to move this knight out of the way. And then I can hide my bishop down here on b2. But that's my only square for my knight to escape. So I have options here. It all depends on the move they make. You know, they're running low on time too. So when it gets towards, if we just make really good moves in a timely manner and make my opponent think, and it gets towards, you know, 2 minutes and a half left, you know, they start making moves quicker. There's more room for blunders, as you see me do a lot. So that was a pretty good move, I think, by my opponent. So I can take it. They'll take it with their knight. I could just move my knight. Problem is where to move the knight to. If I go here, it gets captured. The other way I can move my knight is right here. I think my opponent wants me to take. Then they could take with their queen. I think their whole idea was to get the rook into the game. But they gotta be careful because of my bishop. So I do this, kind of like it. Took me a whole minute to figure that out. Remember, gotta keep up with time, make my opponent they take with their knight. I can maybe take it with the bishop, trade that way. Still doesn't help the situation. Okay, so they feed Ken with their bishop. So I can just castle this, and I'll take away what they're trying to do. Yeah, I wanted to castle anyway, so that's what we'll do. So we're even on material right now. Not many places I can go with that bishop without it being captured. You know, the king is still in the middle of the board. I go here. Keeps my bishop safe. But what's going to happen is he's going to move this knight here and fork my queen. So we're going to use the queen somehow to maybe defend my bishop. So if I go here, the queen is good. And then he can do his fork thing that he wants to do. Which he does. I should have just probably took with the knight anyway. Because that knight's not doing anything. So, okay. So I take here. So right now, my opponent missed it. Oh, no, he didn't. Well, yeah, you can win material. So it's a big mind puzzle going on for both of us. Moving our knights around. I feel like the position, he's winning a little because of his pawn structure. But his king is in the middle of the board. So my next plan is to move my knight here to fork his king, which he'll just take. He can't take with the queen. He can take with this. No, that would not work because of this knight. So if he moves this knight, depending on where he puts it, which really has nowhere to go besides here with the knight, I could just trade. And then I can do my plan to fork. But we're getting down on time, both of us. Okay. If I go here, puts him in check, he can just take. Gotta be careful here. If I go here, then he could potentially just trap my queen. So the queen is protecting the bishop right now, and that's it. If I go here, he's going to try to fork my queen and my knight, but then I can just take it with. So we'll do this, encourage that fork, and then I'll take here if he does it, which he didn't. How did I miss that? See, he found the mistake that I made, and that's what I'm talking about. But we're still not out of this. He's only up by 3. We're even on time. We just gotta stop thinking so hard and just make the moves. So these knights are very dangerous right now. It's a closed position on his side. That's where the knights thrive. You know, this bishop is just seeing this whole file line. Okay, so he traded. Should I take this? I'm going to put him in check. Oh, I wanted to put him in check, but I can't now. Eat me alive. There, castles. Man, that was rough, guys. Pawn is hanging. Just like that, he's up 8 points of material. Man. Yep, I mean, I would do the same thing, start pushing the pawns. You know, if I had this knight during the game, I think it'd be a little bit different. And just, he got stuck on the side. And he just took it completely out of the game, and I was just at a disadvantage because of it. You know, this queen's protecting this pawn, so if I go here to put pressure on the queen, then he's just going to take this pawn. You know, my opponent was, I mean, obviously they're better than me because they're beating me, but I might want to put past them with this trade right here. There you go. I really don't see a way out. He's going to protect that pawn because it's a pass pawn. My opponent is running low on time, so time does become a factor in this. This pawn is open. I'm going to do this. Try to move my queen and king in. opponent needs to hurry up. I don't like waiting on time, but it's part of the game. I think that's what's going to happen here. Yeah, I mean, sucks for him, but or whoever, but that's part of it, you know. And you take a lot of time to look and figure out a game plan, and you run low on time. I mean, it's happened to me. You have seen it. So, game review, and I think that brings us up to petition. I think 1,000 ELO, 1,001 guys. So we did it. So we'll go through this review, and then we'll end it. So I played at a 62.5 accuracy. My opponent played at 73.7. I had 2 blunders. It says I played like a rating 450. Nothing against people that are at 450, but that was not one of my best games. So we'll start review. Alright, so this was a blunder. You permitted the opponent to eventually win material. Yep, on his left. Yep. They missed it, but that's another blunder because they took my bishop. Saw that as it happened. Yeah, they got up on me. I mean, right here is when they just tore me apart. Took my bishop, took my other bishop, skewered my queen and my rook, and I was just losing at this point. But they lost on time, and that's it. So, good game. We got it. We got around 1,000. You know, we'll continue on with the series because I've gotten to 1,000 in this series, but then I lost right away. So I'm going to continue it longer to make sure that I hold on to that ELO, and then we'll go for the next mile mark, which is 1,100. So thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. You know, I did a tons, and I really like talking this out as I play, and it's been a good series so far. So thanks for watching.